So Drew and I are walking through Laurel Grove Cemetery South, and we're gonna go, we're headed south in the south of the cemetery, and we'll come up on the west side of the large body of water. It's kind of a cool hidden treasure not a lot of folks know about. A really wonderful place to spend some time. So this is the beginning of the Springfield Canal, right behind the Laurel Grove Cemetery South. And this is pretty much what we'll be following for the rest of the way. This heads all the way up to the Savannah River on the west side of downtown Savannah. So this is a retention pond. I believe it's maybe partly drinking water, maybe partly dealing with storm surge, but it's very pretty. Also have no idea how deep it is. But there's little fishies and there's birds around it, which is kind of fun. So those four culverts, that's, what's leading the water between, underneath that road. This is definitely the highest I've seen this little canal though. So we're headed into the unknown now. Passing from well-trampled walkway to definitely more of a bramble bush. Standing at the intersection of Gwinnett and Stiles, and behind me is Drew, but also behind Drew is the old Waterworks building, which is one of my favorite buildings in Savannah. It's currently used by the city to keep equipment in there. Somehow it all connects. So this is the Springfield Canal, right next to the site of the city's future arena development canal plan. So when they talk about the Canal District, it's called that because of this canal, which is called the Springfield Canal. The more you know. We're coming up across the actual site of the arena, which I believe they're doing foundation work on right now. And that giant machine up there, way high in the sky, I believe it's driving pilings of some sort to anchor it to the ground so our wonderful big investment doesn't blow away. We couldn't really make it through that part of the canal. The brush got too dense and we didn't want to go swimming. So we're on the other side of the Chatham Steel building, which is right there. And we are headed towards May Street down to Oglethorpe and follow that back to, where are we headed? Laurel Grove South, which is right where we started. So we've made it to Laurel Grove South, which we're taking a little stroll in right now. And then we'll head down to Ogeechee Road and connect back up with Laurel Grove South. Did I say south or north the first time?
Cooler version of your name.
It's not cooler. So right between Laurel Grove South and Laurel Grove North, on the south side of the 37th connector, there's a funny little forgotten building that I believe is owned by the city of Savannah. And I sometimes wonder, could it be used for something different? It's a beautiful brick building. It's got this cool little side house next to it. It's kind of in a really awesome little neighborhood right next to the park.
We are back at Laurel Grove Cemetery Center.
Well, that was quite a hike. We got to explore a whole bunch of, interesting parts of the city that a lot of people don't see all the time. I think it's just interesting to think that infrastructure is actually there. It's all around us. It's usually very heavy, fairly large, but kind of hidden. Hidden behind cemeteries, hidden behind schools, hidden behind highways, but it plays such an important part of, keeping our cities alive and fairly dry during a storm. So, if you guys enjoyed this, stay tuned.
Yeah.
We might be doing more, checking out a whole bunch of weird
Sandals.
stuff. Yeah, Drew did this whole thing in sandals, which I would not advise. But you're alive.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all do well and have fun.